Hello, how are we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and welcome to the 51st episode of What's in the Box Wednesday. We're dropping this on March 27th, 2024, and we are doing my favorite. I know that there's so many great things to find. Last week's episode was amazing, pulling that Tony Gwynn. We're sending that off to get graded, but this week we got back cards from Next Level Grades. This is a long time coming. We were supposed to send these cards off, I believe, last August. And if you're a fan of the channel, you know that we had a little personal issues come August, and it got delayed. So it was supposed to go out in August and come back November, but I didn't get to send it off until November. And because of that, the three of us, myself, Sugar White, and Todd the Toad, the three of us have cards in this. But they gave me the list of what they wanted to send off this time, and they sent me the money for that. And I delayed them months. And because of that, I felt guilty. So what they don't know until now, actually I hinted at the end of the last video, so if they watched the last video, they know, is that I picked one card that they had that I kind of wanted to see graded, that I thought if I was making the pick for them, this is what I would have picked. And I put that card in as well, and I paid for that one to be graded as I'm sorry this took so long. And then the box came back a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't got the box to do episode 50 yet. So this box has been sitting in my office now for like 2 weeks, just screaming at me to open. So they had to wait a long time for this. I feel so bad about that, but I'm so excited. And one of the good things is, because it was so long, I remember very few of the cards that are in here. I remember 4 of the cards that I can think of off the top of my head. Might be a lot of great stuff. Might just be, well, we're sending something and this is the best we have. I have no clue. So let's not hold it up. Let's get going. Cut this box open and see what we got. All right. We've got stacks. Here's a stack here. Oh, there goes the camera. I may have to take a second to... And I got a bag that has the word tens on it. So here is the list. We won't look at that. So, spoiler alert, there is a bag that says tens on it, and it is 1 card deep. Now, that makes me sad for the guys. I would love when each of them at least pull 1 10. I'm not worried about a 10 because the cards I'm sending in, I don't expect to get 10s. I'm sending in 1982 flares and stuff like that. So I'm not expecting 10s. But I was hoping with them sending newer cards in that one of them will get a 10. This is the last one we're opening, clearly. And then we've got 2 stacks here of cards. So we will open those one at a time. I'm going to do this one second, so I'm just going to put it down here to get out of our way, and we'll do this one first. So let's switch over to What's in the Box Wednesday, and let's make sure the camera is set up good for this, because it is set up for cards, but I'm not sure, that's what I was just about to say, I'm not sure we're set up the best for graded cards. So if I pull it back and tilt it up, we don't want all that junk up there. But I can, there we go, we can do it this way. That's the back of the cards, that's the front of the cards. So we'll do it this way, do the back of the cards, so we don't know. And we'll let the packages dictate the order. We'll just do all these in order, then we'll take this one, and we'll do all these in order, and then we'll do the 10, okay? May not be the most exciting, but it will be... random that way, So, let's get these out. Well, I hope you guys didn't see that because I kind of saw some of it. All right. So, one of the things, if if you watch the What's in the Box Wednesday series, this series, you'll know is that I open a lot of cards that are stews. Most boxes, not 50. And going forward, a lot of my own boxes are going to be open going forward. But up to this point, a lot of the boxes we open, Stu buys us a box, Sugar White buys us a box of cards. We open the cards. We pull out the stuff that he wants. He usually picks 5 or 6 cards, 10, 12 cards, and then we get the rest of them. And because of this, a lot of this stuff we're opening, you've seen before on What's in the Box Wednesday, and now you're getting to see the full outcome. This one, I remember, I said I remember 4 cards. I don't actually remember one of the cards. What I remember is one of the sets. And he opened a Space Jam, the new Space Jam set with the LeBron James stuff. And I think he sent in 1 or 2 cards from that. So I know we got a lot of weird stuff. I think this first card is from that. So, yep, Power Moves. He got himself I'm going to slide him a little higher because I don't want to. I want to be able to bring this down. Power Moves. It's a Bugs Bunny card. You can see up here the color match. This is right here is why we next level grade, guys. If you're not planning on reselling it, we next level grade because this is artwork. Makes the card more artworky. All right, so fingers crossed. These are straight out of the box, never touched by human hands, straight into a sleeve, then straight to next level grade. These are the type that are the best chance of getting a 10. In this case, we're hoping for a 9.5 because we're assuming none of these are 10s. But here we go. We're going to go above the screen, turn it over to let you see the card. It is a Bugs Bunny Space Jam, a New Legacy Power Moves silver. And it comes back a 8. Next level grade 8. The corners are 7s. The edges are 7.5s. The surface is 8 and the centering is 9. I'm not sure how they determine the centering is 9. I guess maybe it's a little low. The logo's a little low to the bottom and there's a little more space up here or something. But I think that's a much better card. And this is part of the, I'm so bad at guessing because I thought this card was gorgeous. Now that I have it back, I can see one corner that seems a little off, but I really thought that little discoloration was that this was a stripe, this pink stripe, and the discoloration was silver that was coming back. I still feel that. I still feel that's what it is. So aside from that, I don't know how those corners are 7s. But still, it's a cool card with a cool thing. That is beautiful. That is Sugar White's. Congratulations, Sugar White. We're going to take just a second here, guys. I hope I'm not bothering you too much by slowing down. But I want to bring up my Google Sheets because I have these cards listed. And I just kind of want to, as we go, I'm going to fill in what the label, the grade was. And that way we can make sure I get them all. So we got an 8 on that one. All right. Next, that's sugar. Sugar. Sugar, sugar. All right. Number 2 is, another Sugars. Barry Sanders Pro Set Rookie. This is a rookie card for the Barry Sanders Pro Set Draft Pick 1989 Pro Set. This is the best card in this set. He bought a Pro Set box. He has some other cards. He has Deion Sanders and Troy Aikman. I don't think he sent any of those in this set. But this is the Barry Sanders. There it is. Very iconic card. Oh, that sucks. Oh, sugar. Edges, 5. Corners, 6.5. Centering, 7. Surface, 7 for a 6. Wow. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I mean, There are like white spots. Oh, you know what? I never set up the autofocus. Sorry, guys. Continuous autofocus, automatic web balance, exposure lock. No, high quality video. Okay, now there's a little white dot, I guess. There, can't even see it under the R on the word Pro Set. And then I guess there might be another one above the head. Again, can't even see it, but there. That might be the surface they're talking about. The centering, they call it a 7. I see it slightly off, but I would not say that's a 7. Yeah, if they had given that an 8, an 8.5 on the centering, fine, but that is not that bad. I guess maybe because it's it's up and down and left and right a little. It could have gone down a little and to the right, down and to the right, down and to the right. But still, centering 7. So there's your surface and your centering. But those edges look so nice. And I don't see any corner problems. This is, I almost want to pay myself to crack this and get this PSA'd and see what this comes back. We may do this. Because it's a 6, I don't think that Sugar's really going to care about it all that much. I may crack this and send it with PSA just to see. Let it come back as 6, that's fine. At least I see that I can't see it and that they are right. Because this needs to be redone. There's something wrong with that. I'm going to have a friend look at this, but that's sad. That's very sad. All right, here we go. The next one. All right, so this one here is either the Billy Ripken or the Randy Johnson. It's the Billy Ripken. Now, here's the thing. This was sent in by Sugar. However, he's already got this one graded. This is the Billy Ripken fuckface. He has bought in 2 of these boxes, and in both boxes, he's pulled the fuckface card. Both times. Well, I pulled it for him both times. But he said I can have one of the 2 fuckface cards. He said he's going to pay to send it in, get it graded, and then whichever one's the lower grade, I can keep, and he's going to get the higher one. So, just a second. Let's find out what we're looking for. I want this one to be his. And the reason, the logic behind that thought process too much time. I'm wasting the episode. Let's get going. You know what I can do? I know what I can do. I can just look here on the sheet and it'll tell me what it was. And the logic behind me wanting this one to be his is, let's say that what he got already was an 8. Then if this is his, it means it's higher than an 8 and I get an 8. If he got a 9 and then this is his, that means it's higher than a 9 and I got a 9. He got a 9 before. So if this is higher, if this is his, then it's higher than his. It's a 9.5 and I get a 9. If this one's mine, that means it's lower than a 9. So that's the logic. I want this one to be his. And he gets the better one. So here we go. Billy Ripken, fuckface. There it is, in case you haven't seen this before. All right, and it comes back again a 9. So what we're gonna do is I can't get it right now. There's stuff in front of his stuff. I got to pull it out, and I don't want to waste stream time. But I'm gonna pull out the other one. I'm gonna show him. I'll take pictures of him and let him decide if he wants. This one's a 95999. We'll give him he'll see the subgrades on the other one. He'll also see what they did for the color match, because the color match is done with personal touch. Whichever guy was working grabbed the computer, clicked on a part of the thing, and made the color based on that. So the tops will be a little different, I'm guessing. At which point he can say, oh, I like the look of that one better. I want that one. So I'm going to give him, this is going to be either his or mine. We won't know for a little while, but we'll see. All right, here we go. This one here is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, oops, sorry, on the wrong one, I believe this is Todd. Yep, Todd the Toads, 2019 score based rookie card for Kyler Murray. All right, it's just the base rookie coming back a 9. That's not bad. That's not bad. We got a 9 for Kyler's rookie. Kyler, of course, staying in Arizona. There's a good chance that he has himself Marvin Harrison Jr. to throw to this year. He may get a spike in this card if he stays healthy. But 9.5 for the corners, 9 for the surface, 8.5 for the edges, and 9.5 for the centering. That's a nice card. Good job. Congratulations on that one, Todd the Toad. All right. Next one is a Justin Jefferson. Also, oh, you know what? I haven't been putting it in. I want to make sure we're getting them all. So we got a 9 on that. The Barry Sanders came back at a 6. Kyler Murray came back at 9. All right, and then this is the Justin Jefferson base 2020 score base rookie. All right. Also Todd the Toads. You got the LSU rookie score. Looking for something big here, and we got it with the LSU colors, 9.5. He's got a 10 on the surface, a 9.5 on the centering. Edges and corners are 9 each. That is pretty, and that is Jay Jetta, soon to be a Bengal. It's kind of neat because it's almost Viking colors too. If I was them, I would have put the purple and then the yellow a little bit less prominent. I would have put the purple more prominent. Now, I know why they do it, because the yellow is so prominent in the helmet, so that they went with that as the prominent color. But it would have been nice if they had done it flip-flopped, because he is a Viking. But I think he's going to end up a Bengal. I do. All right. So, nice. 9.5 on the Jay Jetta. Can't really complain about that. What do we got next? Next, we have the Joe Burrow 2020 score. Ohio State jersey. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. So this is the Ohio State Joe Burrow before he went to LSU. In this set, the 2020 base cards, there was an Ohio State Joe Burrow. Uh-oh. Camera froze. Give me a second. Let's see if I click off and back. I doubt. I bet I have to. Let's go into properties. Change the camera for a second. Hi. Change that camera back. Close. No. All right. So. Kicked out, came back. There it is. Perfect. I don't even know what I did. It just happened. All right, so you probably saw that. I didn't. But he's in Ohio State. There's the same, almost exact same card with his LSU jersey as well. Those both exist. Here is the ranking, grading. It is a 9.5 as well. 9.5 on the surface, 9.5 on the corner and the edges, a 9 centering. If the centering was a little better, and I can see it, I can see this side being a little thinner than that side. If the centering was just a smidgen better, that would have been a 10, because he would have had 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, and a 10. So, but still, that he got a Joe Burrow and a Jay Jetta, both at 9.5s. Cannot complain about that. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations on that. All right. This next one is mine. So these are the lower grade ones. We're hoping for 9s or higher with the current cards. With these, I'm hoping for 7.5 or higher is what I look for when I'm throwing in the other cards. This is my Wade Boggs 83 Topps rookie card. I have a version of this already out there at 7.5, I think, graded by Beckett. I'm hoping that this is over 7.5, and then that one I can try to sell off. So let's see what happens. I may even send it into PSA, because if it's a 7.5, PSA doesn't do in halves. It may get up to an 8. It may go down to a 7, but it may go up to an 8. So we'll see how that plays out. But here we have, there's the Wade Boggs. I see that the centering's not good. I know that it's not in the best condition, but I bought it at a convention for next to nothing. And I just did it to hope to get a 7.5 or higher. If I get a 7.5, then I've matched the Beckett one, and it's in the grading that I like. So that's fine. And I get it. I get the 7.5. I would have liked it to be an 8, but we got a 8 surface, 7.5 corners, a 7 edges, and a 7 centering. And I knew that centering was going to be about the 7. But, I mean, if I go back to the Barry Sanders, they said that centering was 7. There is no way that this centering, look at how low that is compared to the top, is it the same bad centering as that one. That's a 7, and that's a 7. So, yeah, we definitely need to do something about that Sanders. Take a look. I'm very happy with the 7.5. I definitely wanted it to be at least an 8. I mean, I say at least an 8. I was really hoping for the 8 so that it was a step up. But it's a replacement for the one I've got. I can resell that one off and be fine. I could theoretically try to send that one in to next level. Maybe it comes back an 8, and then I can sell this one. I don't know. We'll play the game and see what happens. But, all right, this one is mine as well. This is a Don Mattingly 84 Topps. I have this also out there, and I have it in a 8, I think, from Beckett. So let's hope that it's more than an 8. If not, again, same thing applies for the Wade Boggs. This one I thought was in pretty decent condition. Probably good enough to get an 8. I don't see anything with the corners. The centering is a lot better than, say, the Boggs is. I mean, I can't even see a centering issue. And they didn't see much of one either. They gave me a 9 on the centering, but apparently there's problems with the surface. The edges and corners are 7 and 7.5, with the cut centering being 9. If the surface had just been a 7, I would have got that 7.5. If it had been a 7.5, I would have got an 8. But it was a 5, meaning there's a scratch on there somewhere that I have not seen or do not get, or maybe some wax or gum that I'm not catching. But I thought this was better than the card I had, and it turns out that there is some problem. It's a 6, and that makes me sad. It's not often I feel like I wasted money doing this, but that one feels kind of like a waste of money if that's what it's true. I may crack both this one and the 8 I have, because it's a Beckett. Send them both to PSA in 2 different shipments, just so I know which one is which, and see what they come back as. We may do that as a test as well. And then the final card, I'm not even going to cover up because it's a Wile E. Coyote. Wile E. Coyote so this is Sugar White, coming from that Upper Deck Space Jam set. This is the Breaking the Game. It is a, what's it called? Lenticular card. You can see that it's like 3D card. Breaking the Game Wile E. Coyote. So I was a little worried about sending this. Not that I saw anything, just I assume with special cards that there's a chance that that it's harder to get a higher grade or something. I know that fat cards are harder to get a higher grade and stuff, and these are definitely thicker than a normal card. But I guess I worried about it incorrectly. We got the 9.5. Very nice grade on this one. It's, I'm wondering why all of a sudden it's so blurry. I've got the... But we got a 9 on the center, 9 on the corners, 9 on the edges, a 9.5 on the surface, and a 9.5 on the centering for a 9.5 grade. That's pretty close. Pretty close. Really can't complain. There you go. Got to go at that angle to get it. But can't complain about that. That's a good hit for Sugar and his Wile E. Coyote 9.5. Billy was a 9. All right. So that's all from that pack. We got another pack here. Let's get this one open. Oh, don't drop them all. What are you doing? All right. So, here we go. Starting with one of my cards. Now this one I actually expect to get even lower than a 7.5. I'm hoping for a 7.5, but I mean, you can see here there's discoloration at the edge. I think it's going to get a low grade, and I'm okay with that. It means I got to keep hunting, and I love hunting the Cal Ripken rookies. I picked it up for next to nothing at a card shop, at a convention. So all I have into it is the grading for the most part. It is a Cal Ripken Fleer rookie. And although I knew that it was going to be bad, you can see how the centering is bad top to bottom. It's bad left to right. And it is also bad because it's kind of like if I straighten out the thing around the orange, the border of the picture, the card itself is angled. So I knew that centering was bad, but apparently it's a 3.5 bad, which really hurts. The reference of it wasn't terrible. We got a 7 on the surface, 7.5 on the borders, and 7.5 on the edges. But that 3.5, which was worse than I thought I was going to get, brought it down to a 4.5. So I'm surprised the surface got a 7 with that discoloration along the line, which I didn't really notice until actually maybe that was just a shading thing when I was looking. I don't see it now. Maybe I'm remembering a different card, but still, it's not a terrible card. It is a terrible grade, but at least I have one to hang on the wall on my Cal Ripken shrine until I get a better version. All right, here we go. 83 Tony Gwynn. If you guys watched last week, I opened a Tony Gwynn rookie Fleer, which I'm really excited about. It looks very pretty. I still haven't decided. Spoiler alert, I filmed this back to back, so that was only 20 minutes ago. But I haven't decided if I'm sending to PSA or next level grades yet. But I'm leaning towards PSA. This one here, I bought at a convention as well. I already have this card graded, I think, at a 7.5. So I'm hoping for a higher than 7.5. But again, I don't have much into this. So if it's not, I'm not that bothered by it. All I have into it is the grading cost. And that's good because it didn't even come back to 7.5. It's got a 6.5 centering, a 4 surface. I guess that splotch there hurt. I don't know if that's a stain from wax or gum. I don't know. I I guess that might be a stain there too. You can see that it discolors right there. Things that I didn't notice. I need to learn to look and notice those things. But 6.5, surface 4, edges 6. No, sorry, edges 5, corners 5 for a 5. So definitely didn't do me very well with those two. Cal Ripken 4.5, Tony Gwynn 5. So this actually goes. I see Oval laughing at me in chat. I missed I missed what the ha 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 was, if it was the Cal Ripken or something else, the Don Mattingly. But this goes to show me exactly what I thought, and this was my thought process. My thought process was I want to buy boxes and open box cards, and send them off to get graded. I don't want to go and buy cards at a convention and send them off to get graded. And why is that? Because I believe, for the most part, I mean, some people might be just like me and just don't have the eye and don't know, and they're just trying to get money for whatever they can. I bought it for 10, I'll sell it for 20. But I believe that if a card is worthy of being graded, then they probably don't stick it in their case. They send it off to be graded. So if I'm buying something in a case, oh look, it's a so-and-so rookie. I'll buy that, and then I'll send it off to get graded, and then it comes back a 4.5 or a 5 or a 6. That's what mine were all from that situation, and I got a 4.5, a 5, a 6, and a 7.5. And that's probably why they're in the case, because they know that's what I'm going to get, and they're just looking for someone who happens to be a fan of that player that's like, oh, I'll pick up his rookie card for X amount. So I gave them the money they were looking for. They got it. I took it and graded it, and I didn't hit what I was looking for. So going forward, at least with 80s cards, I've decided I'm done buying 80s cards. If it is 1980s or newer, I have to wait until I can buy a box, pull it myself, and then send it. If it's pre-1980s, then I can start looking into maybe buying the card and sending off, because if it's that old, then getting a 5 isn't that big of a deal. But continuing on, this is one of the newer ones I sent. 4.5 for that. The Tony Gwynn got a 7.5. The Mattingly got the 6. All right. This is one of the newer cards I sent. It is a Curtis Mead Topps. I believe it's a Mojo Refractor. Yeah, it's a Mojo Refractor. This is our guy. He came up last season at the end of the year. Not a rookie yet. This will be his rookie year, I believe. This is his first Bowman Mojo Refractor. He will be playing pretty much third base for us for most of the year. He'll play a little shortstop. We'll see how it plays out. There's the card. First Bowman. I'm hoping for a great card price here. And oh my gosh, did I get... I mean, they didn't even lube me up. Wow. Centering is a 9. Very nice centering. You can see that. There's no real problem. And once you get to these newer cards, there's not really problems. Because this was pulled and is great straight out of the pack, never touched by human hands. The edges and the corners are pretty nice too. The edges are 9.5 and the corners are 9. But apparently somewhere on here there's a scratch or something, because the surface is a 4, which brings it all the way down to a 5. A surface of a 4 with a 9, 9, and 9.5 equals a 5 on the Curtis Mead. And I am so upset. So this is the one, this card right here is the reason I will be buying a mic. I would like to buy a setup, but I'll be definitely buying a magnifying glass. But I'd like to buy something where I can put the card down and put a lamp light over top of it and puts it on the computer screen, so you guys and I can look at it together as we go further into this grading. But I have no clue what happened to make this surface. I almost wish that these guys would give write-ups. Like, in your account, you can click on any card, and they say, when you click on it, it says, we determined the centering was a 7. The left to right centering had a so and so inch and this side of so and so, and like a write up on every card. There is a major scratch across the face, just so you can go and find what made this a 4 surface. I will definitely bring that to a friend to look at as well. All right, so this one here is Sugar's last card, I think. This is his Randy Johnson. I can see that it's a Fleer, 89 Fleer card. And the only other one I got going, I believe, is the Randy Johnson rookie card. Yep, there it is, Randy Johnson. We pulled this out of a box as well, just like that Billy Ripken, the same box. This is one of his guys, Randy Johnson. It was a beautiful card. I thought it was in great condition. I thought because of the lines on it, it was easy to tell that it was clearly not centered well, but it wasn't so terrible. It wasn't like my Ryan Sandberg. See, I'm really worried about that Ryan Sandberg I pulled earlier today, aka last week, because if this is bad centered, if that, I'm going to get a 4 in centering, and we just saw what 1-4. Even though the rest of it is 9-9-9-5, 1-4 in centering brings it down to a 5. So that's part of the learning process. That's part of what I've got to figure out. I've got to figure out if that is the case, then don't ever send cards in that are that far off centered, no matter how pretty everything else is. I will say that if I'm buying a card, to go back to one of the reasons, I'm going to go back to that Cal Ripken. One of the reasons I like subsets and one of the reasons I don't like PSA is if I look at this and say, this is a nice card, I see it's off-centered. But I can accept off-centered. Off-centered is one of the things I can accept the most about a card. It's not chewed up. There's not stains on it. It's off-centered, but all of the card is there. If it's cut wrong to where the picture is cut into, I don't want that. But it's off-centered. I can deal with that because whatever. That's the thing that I don't really care about. And if I buy a card that's a 7-5, 7-7-5, and then the centering is what brings it down, to me, I don't care about the centering. This is a 7 card. This card is a 7. A 7-7-7-5. Now, I know that the centering matters in grading. I get that. But with PSA, they would just say this is a 4.5. I don't know if there's a scratch onto the surface. I don't know if there's an edge that they call bad. What I do know with the subset gradings are, the problem with this card is a centering, and that's the thing I least care about. So I don't mind it so much. Makes me feel a little better about that. Same with this. Centering is an 8.5. The surface is 9, the corners are 7.5, the edges are 6.5. So I thought the centering was going to be the problem here. Apparently the edges are the problem, and part of the problem is it's hard to see where the edges are problematic. You're getting the side of the plastic. It's hard to tell. But I mean, this was a brand new card. We didn't, it's not banged up. I don't know why, but a 7.5. That makes me sad. I would have liked that to be a little higher. But I think that means that we have to buy another Fleer box and go for a better one. See what we can find. Right, Sugar? Maybe I'll buy the next one. All right. This one here is a Trevor Lawrence. This is for Todd the Toad. Okay? Now, here's the thing. I mentioned it. I brought it up in the opening. This is a card I sent in that I picked for Todd the Toad. I paid for this one for Todd the Toad. He doesn't even know this one was sent in. All right. I know that it's a lesser value card. It is a Chronicles card, but it is a Chronicles black, Prism black. So I like the card. I think it was good. I liked the condition of it. It looked pretty. I wanted to see this graded for him. So this is a card. This is Todd the Toad's, but he didn't send this in. I sent it in. So he doesn't even know about it till this moment as he's watching this video. Now, unfortunately, as we've learned, I'm not the best at deciding whether a card's grade is going to be. And we're going to learn this But we're going to have a lot of this happen over the next. We're going to be sending in cards to PSA in bunches over the next 6 months. And we're going to be getting back a ton of bad grades. And I'm hopefully using that to learn what to look for. It's me paying a fee for my education. That's how I look at it. So it's a card. My thought process is he sees it. He knows he can always crack it. He doesn't have to tell anyone that it was graded ever, if that's what he wants. But unfortunately, the corners are 9. The edges are 8.5. The problems are with the centering, which is really hard to tell with this card. I guess it's a little fat on the left than it is on the right. I can see that. And maybe it's a little... I can't tell the up-down. It's a little up. But I wouldn't have given it a 6.5 on the centering. That's just very harsh. And then it says surface 6. So like with the Curtis Mead, there is some damage on there somewhere that I do not see at all that brought the card down to a 7. Unfortunately, that card is a 7. I really was hoping that he'd get a really nice high grade on that card. But I'm sorry, Todd. But it was free. So like I said, if you want, you can crack that when you get it and pretend you never sent it. All right. This one's one of mine. It's one of my bucks. I've often said we could trade away everyone on the team except for 3 players right now. I say 5 because I want to keep the kicker and the punter. But trade everyone away and keep 3 players. And really one of those players, if I got a good enough trade deal, I'll trade him too. But I want to keep Anton Winfield Jr., who is one of my 2 favorite players on the team right now. And Vita Vea is the one, if I got a good enough deal, I'd trade him away. But probably want to keep him. And then my other favorite, my 2 favorites are Winfield Jr. and Tristan Wirfs. So this is my Tristan Wirfs purple variant rookie from Panini Playbook. Panini Playbook purple variant rookie. Forgot to score the Curtis Mead with his measly 5. Silly. Okay, so let's see. Love him. There it is. Playbook purple variation. This is a card that doesn't matter. Never getting traded. This is just my guy. He goes on my all-time team. He is already my all-time offensive lineman. And I am so glad I took care of this card and sent it in because it came back at a 9.5 with 10 corners, 10 edges, 9 centering, and 9.5 surface. So aside from the 9 centering, which we've already discussed is my least important thing, that thing is nearly perfect. I mean, that is gorgeous. Nice. I like that. I also have something to say about it afterwards. We may have to start buying some more Playbook. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. I was shying away from Playbook because it's the cheapy card. But, all right. Now this one is Sugar Whites. Bo Jackson. He doesn't know he sent this in. I chose this card for him. He had some Bo Jacksons. He kept skipping this one when he was sending it in. We picked this a while ago. I've actually sent in multiple Bo Jacksons already to next level grade. This is Bo Jackson 87 Topps rookie. It's not his official rookie. He has an 86 Topps. We know that. But a lot of people consider this his rookie as well. It's his Future Stars card. It's an iconic card. And so I saw this one. I knew the centering was off. I didn't know how much they are being bitches about centering. Although this centering is not terrible. In fact, that centering is freaking awesome. Never mind. I changed my mind. This centering is so freaking awesome that I thought maybe we had a good chance at this one. yeah, I really can't see a centering issue on that. But, so here we go, and our grades are, for the surface, a 9. The centering is 9.5. Like I said, yep, that centering is better than I thought it was. The corners are 8.5, and the edges are 8.5, giving him a 9 overall. That's a pretty good card. That one he did not pay for. I paid for him. This is my, I'm sorry this took so long. I paid for one of your cards to be graded, and that is now in your collection, Sugar White. So congratulations on that one. That is awesome. I believe, not sure, but I believe my Bo Jackson came back a 9 as well. In fact, I've sent 2 and they both came as 9. So we've now sent 3. In fact, I can check the lists right here. I have it. First shipment ever. No Bo Jacksons. Second one. No Bo Jacksons. Third one. 2 Bo Jacksons. Both came back as a 9. Yep. So now we've sent 3 Bo Jackson 87 tops and they all come back as a 9. All right. So this last one here is a Jamar Chase. This is one of the postcard cards from... oh, I didn't record the Chronicles. That's why. Like, what is going on? I recorded the... Oh, yeah. No, that's right. I did. It's right there. Okay. Yep. This is the Season's Greetings postcard insert for Jamar Chase. Oh, I don't need that anymore. Flip it over. Do it this way. I do love these cards. I worry with all the silver and stuff that they'd be hard to grade at a high grade. And there's some justification there. I do love, I'm going to flip it back over. I do love, it's hard to tell here, but when you flip it over on the front, I do love this label. The silver, the gold, the purple, because it's LSU colors, just like the JJ. Oh my gosh. Oh, I see what happened. Oh, that sucks. It got cut into. I might have done that when I was opening the box. And there's a scratch on the plastic. I may have to pay to get this resealed. Yeah, I may have to pay to get this resealed. Damn it. Shit. But you can see that it's an 8.5. 8.5 on the edges, 9 on the corners, 9.5 on the surface, and 8 on the centering. So the centering is the problem again. Although 8.5 on the edges is not great either. But I was worried about the surface, and the surface came back a 9.5, so that's good. I am not seeing what the centering issue is to the point where it was the lowest score. But, you know, they know better than me. So 8.5 Jamar Chase. So it's kind of cool because he's got in this grouping, he has a Burrow, a Chase, and a Jay Jetta. And I think this is going to be the Bengals team, if not this year, next year. Top thicker. The top is thicker? Okay. Yeah, now that you say that, I can see the top is thicker. But is it an 8 thicker? Yeah, I guess maybe it is. All right. Well, there you go. So now all we got left is a 10. And I got to be honest with you. I'm both happy and sad. I'm happy because the only card left is mine. And I'm sad because I got the 10 and not one of the guys. I really would have liked them to get the 10, especially since they're the ones that throw most of the new cards in. I throw all those old cards in. So I know what the card is because of the list that's in front of me and what's missing. And I'm very happy about it. And spoiler alert, it is a playbook, which is why I said that. And it is my other guy, my second favorite guy, a purple, just like the worst, a purple rookie purple rookie variation, a 10 corners, a 10 surface, a 10 edge, and a 9.5 centering. Almost a perfect 10. Almost a 10. Well, I was 0.5 off from a perfect. I got both of them, my two guys, purple, 195, 110, both playbook. You may have to buy some more playbook if their quality control is that good. That the top 2 cards we got. And I'm not just saying that this is a top card because we didn't get any other 9.5s. We got other 9.5s, but none of the other 9.5s were a 10, 10, 9, 5, 9. That is, here's a 9.5, 9, 5, 10, 9, 9. It is literally the best, second best card and the best card graded wise. We got both from Playbook. So we may have to do a little more Playbook and say, I know it's the cheaper product, but their quality control is so good, it's worth doing. Oh, I didn't realize that we bumped this to the point where we had that trash up there. All right, guys, and that is it. If you have any questions, if you want to get in and get your cards graded, feel free to hit us up on Discord. You can find that information down below. You can also comment in the comment section, and we'll get in touch with you. We'll figure it out. How big is the difference between a 9.5 and a 10 money-wise? Oh, well, Trutella, that is a great question. I have no problem answering that. Give me just 1 second, and I'll get to you. Guys, next week we'll be opening, I have it right here. We'll be opening Marvel Annual 21-22. We're going to be doing Marvel cards, something a little different for us. So watch episode 52 next week. That will be April 3rd. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.